there, it's Marisa from Bermuda, and we are going to start two types of seeds tonight. The first is going to be snapdragons, and we're going to start the snapdragons because the boys have chosen 3 different types to include in their gardens that they're putting together for their Cub Scout and Scout badges. And of course, I love putting snapdragons in the garden, so whatever's left over, I'm going to put into my garden. I have started snapdragon seeds in the past, and indeed, my night and day that I started in 2020 has come back every year for the last couple of years. Indeed, it's actually flowering right now. So I love to, put snapdragons that started from seed in my garden because they actually are tender perennials and work very well in Bermuda. The other is Bachelor buttons, and I'm starting those because they were a part of my cold stratification experiment and in the fridge. And one of the requirements is that if they start sprouting roots, that you take them out of the fridge and you put them into the soil. So we will be doing that this evening. So let's get started. I'll pull everything together and show you what we have. Let's get started. So we have our seed trays, and these were filled over the weekend. They're a mixture of soil and biotone. We have some vermiculite that will be used specifically for the snapdragons because they will need light to germinate, and they therefore will be surface sown. We have our labels that I used the garden marker to put together because I've lost so many labels last year using just a permanent marker when it started raining and everything. So the boys chose Madam Butterfly Peaches and Cream Mix, the Circus Clowns Mix, and the Twinny Apple Blossom. And no, that's not Twinkie. My handwriting is atrocious and I know it. We also have our Bachelor button seeds, and this is from our experiment, still in the bag with the paper towel. And if I get close enough, you can probably see that there's a root there. So I am going to have to get that into the soil. And this one needs to be planted, sowed at about 1/4 of an inch. So we will do that. I also have to make sure that I'm doing it properly. This is the Bachelor buttons that we're going to use, and the classic artistic mix. And then for our snapdragon seeds, I do keep them in photo cases in a larger case, and their variety, the 3 varieties the boys have put on the top. So we'll pull those out. We're going to get started with the Bachelor buttons. So I'm just going to pull these trays aside, and I'm going to put the labels at the top. And let's check what it says on the packet. So we are going to, let's see, seed depth is 1/4 of an inch, and it sprouts in about 7 to 14 days, and the ideal temperature is 60 to 75 degrees. So I might start it in the seed tray that I have in the bathroom and then move it outside. We are somewhat in the 70s at the moment. We do get down into the 60s, but it's February, so it's all over the place. So I'm going to take the Bachelor buttons out of the bag and open them, and we can take a look. So we have a number of seeds that have germinated, and you can see them bursting out of their. So let's work on that. And I'm going to use to pick them up and put them in the holes. So that's 1, 2, 3. Oops, that one didn't go in. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to make room for 2 more. So that's 7, and that's 8. So I'm going to take the label and then just use the label to cover the seeds. And it sounds like we have a cat to let in once I finish this. And then we'll put that in there. And then we'll do a mist. 1 down, 3 to go. Now on to the Snapdragons. So we are using Madame Butterfly Peaches and Cream. And this one says that it's an annual 30 to 36 inches tall, and it takes about 110 to 120 days for maturity. And it also says that it can be, let's see, can be start the seed indoors 8 to 10 weeks before last frost and transplant. So we don't have a problem with the frost issue here. The other 2 are from Park Seed, and it does say again 8 to 10 weeks before last frost. Spread moist growing medium in a shallow container, sow seeds in shallow rows. Keep evenly moist by bottom watering and provide maximum bright but not direct sunlight. After seedlings formed 4 true leaves, transplant to 2.5-inch pots with germination temperature at 55 to 65. So I might put these in a tray that I do not have on a heat map at the moment. So let's get started, and then we can get them into the little grow containers. So here we are in the downstairs bathroom, and our little setup for our grow houses. You'll see the top and the middle have heat mats, and the bottom is just on paper towel. So I do not have this on a grow mat because of the fact that it does not require the added heat. It is warm enough in the house. Usually we're at about 72 in the house, so it should be fine. If it gets cold, it won't get much below 68. You'll also notice that we do have a few, germinated things. The oak leaf hydrangea, the PG hydrangea that's in there, they have germinated, so I've taken them off the heat mats. So we have the 3 that we just, for the Snapdragons that we've just put the seeds in, covered with the vermiculite. And then in here, you'll see the Bachelor buttons are towards the back, and I do apologize. The heat mat's been on in here, so we do have the humidity that has, covered this particular one. So thank you so very much for joining me, and I can't wait to get more things started.